Last week on Straight Talk Africa, you and your guests talked about the World Bank IMF spring meetings. You also talked exclusively to the president of the African Development Bank. You talked about those institutions being relevant to Africa. Maybe help us explain that in maybe the simplest way possible to the African audience.
They provide loans, and in some cases they provide grants. In fact, their loans are some of the cheapest anywhere on this planet Earth in terms of the kind of interest rates, for example, that they charge. You cannot find any other bank on this planet Earth that will give you a lot of hundreds of millions of dollars at such a rate. That is what makes them very relevant.
How about in the 90s, they came up with these policies called the structured adjustment policies that were a disaster either in Africa, in Latin America, in Asia. They never worked. So why should African countries keep looking up to these institutions?
First of all, most African countries are poor. They need money. So they need to go to someone. The other thing that you know is that you cannot actually access credit facilities from some of these major commercial banks or international commercial lending institutions without the endorsement of the Bretton Woods institutions. You actually pretty much have really to be cleared or to be endorsed or to be recommended by the World Bank / International Monetary Fund in order to be in the business.